Yeah. All right, we are live on YouTube. How is everybody doing today? How are y'all doing today? It's a little bit windy here on the trail, but not excessively windy to the point of where it'll affect my sound. The windscreen should do a decent job. I hope you're all having a great weekend so far. Hopefully you've had great weather in your neck of the woods and you haven't been dealing with emotional drain, which will wear you out. We're going to be discussing that here today. I'm going to wait. There's a guy coming over there. I'm going to wait to see where he goes. Let's come out the other way. Yeah. I have some community news to update you with here. So stick around for that. We've got 8 people here and 1 thumbs up. In case you haven't been around my channels in a while, these Walking with Purpose streams have gone to members only chat. That means if you do want to chat in the chat, not a moderator, moderators are exempt from this. You will need to purchase at least the $2.99 per month channel membership package. It's basically 10 cents per day, and it will allow you to chat because the majority of these Walking with Purpose streams are going to be members only chats. Now, the in-studio streams that I do here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams, at least for the time being, will be subscribers-only chats, meaning that, the moment you subscribe, unless we put a short waiting period, but for right now, we're just going to put it to the moment you subscribe, you'll be able to chat. We're going to have them in subscribers-only mode for the time being, but that could change, or we may end up making some shows we do as members only chats in the studio. Now, we are also going to be doing some members only live streams down the road, my lady and I. And if you do want to watch those live, you will have to purchase at least the $4.99 membership package, which will get you access to everything else besides just getting members only chats for $2.99. So my advice for you folks out there that enjoy what I do and get value from what I do out here on my Coach Eli 2 channel and my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, go to both channels and purchase the $4.99 package. It's $10 per month, still very affordable, and you're going to get more positive and uplifting content here, and you're going to be in the loop of the latest and greatest everything, because that's what I do. You will get tremendous value here that's worth way more than $10 per month. There's some people coming, so I'm going to wait for them. Whew, it's a bit windy today. Like I said, you're going to get way more value than the $10 per month you would invest. But at the very least, because this is where the majority of the live streams are going to be here on this channel, at the very least, if you want to chat on in these members-only chats, primarily happening here on the Walking with Purpose live streams, get the $2.99 package, the $2.99 package. I had a lady last night that actually made a $5 super chat. Nice lady that found me through YouTube search earlier on in the week. I wish she would have known about these packages, because the $5 super chat she sent, she could have just purchased the $4.99 membership, and it would have given her access to everything for the same amount. But who knows? Maybe people want to super chat and become members. So to each its own. But that's the way things are here. Last night, I did I did a stream I was going to do a few days ago. I had to postpone it because I had some technical difficulties I had to sort through on my laptop. Everything's back to normal now, obviously. I did that stream last night on Coach Eli 2, right here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Life Streams. And about an hour or so after it ended, I realized that, I don't think I said anything bad. It was me reviewing some, dating profiles that I encountered over a year ago before I met my current lady. They're publicly available, at least they were back then, publicly available profiles of women's first names, their pictures, and, stating, who they are and, what they're looking for and stuff like that, right? All totally fair use, no privacy issues, no nothing. But, I did get some feedback from some reputable people, including my lady. And because of that, I just decided not to chance it, leaving it up here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Life Stream. So, I deleted that stream. If you still have that link, it'll say, oh, that's a big jackrabbit. I didn't get it in time. If you go to that link, if you still have it, it'll say this video has been removed by the user. I removed it, didn't get any strikes or anything like that. And I re-uploaded that video to a channel that I had never mentioned I created almost a year ago. But now everyone's going to know about it. This is going to be my new backup channel, and it's not even really a backup channel. It kind of will be for these live streams that get a little too hot for a monetized channel. But it's a channel called Becoming a Better Man. And about 10 months ago, for a few weeks, I was creating some additional content to see if I can trigger the YouTube algorithm on a channel that none of my trolls and haters know about, that people don't know about, right? And I was testing it out, and this was right at the time where I had been seeing my lady for just 2 or 3 weeks or so. And I had one of my videos, because they were pre-recorded videos I was putting out there. I think I put like maybe 10 or 12 pre-recorded videos. One of the videos I put out, hit the algorithm, and it got about 2,500 views on it or something like that. The rest didn't do that well, but one of them did. And then I ended up starting to work with my lady and start focusing here on Coach Eli 2 and building this channel to where it's at today. So I kind of put that channel off to the side. But I figured this was an opportunity to re-upload the content I removed from this channel that I did live last night over to Becoming a Better Man, and even starting to try to build a third channel. I'm a man, and I love helping both men and women, but I honestly feel that men need a lot more help than women do nowadays. No disrespect to women, I'm still willing to help, right? But a lot of men, are being left behind, not being raised the same. The system doesn't help men the same, right? The system's more focused on empowering women and, women's lib and feminism and equal rights and all that. And, pushing women to go to college, get a degree and this and that, and pushing women to be more career focused and family focused. And a lot of guys don't understand why women are doing the things they're doing or behaving the way they're behaving these days, because no one's teaching them that. No one's focusing on that. And that's why I feel men are being left behind and they need a lot of help. So that's why I created that channel, Becoming a Better Man. And I may put some content on there occasionally, but I will definitely be using that channel to re-upload any live streams I do, primarily here on Coach Eli 2, authentic live streams that are too hot for a monetized channel. So I'm not concerned about community guidelines. I didn't violate any community guidelines. But the reason why I moved it over is because, yeah, that video did get a yellow icon after the show. I did submit it, for manual review. And, it had not been, there was no decision made on it yet. But I decided for myself before YouTube made a decision, I said, you know what, let's just move it over to becoming a better man and making that channel publicly aware, and let's just see what happens. Let's roll the dice, right? My lady knew about that channel when I made it 10 months ago, and when I showed her what I did last night and today, moving the stream over to becoming a better man, she's like, let's try to get a third channel monetized. I'm like, no. No, not right now. No, I need to have one channel that's kind of like a semi-throwaway channel, to the point of where if we put certain content on there that may be too hot for YouTube and we're not quite sure and we don't want to risk it, we throw it over there, because if it gets a strike, then we're not getting that strike on a monetized channel. A lot of people in the past have said, Eli's too cautious. Eli, doesn't take any chances. Well, why should I? Why am I going to take chances when the fate of my channels are in the hands of one of many reviewers from all over the world that are going to possibly get some flags from other people, or get my review when something gets demonetized and I put it in for manual review? Like, why am I going to put the fate of something that may be a little bit questionable in the hands of one of many people that could be a good or bad reviewer on YouTube? If I feel something is borderline or riding the line, right, and it can go either way, I'll just make the decision myself and pull it up a monetized channel. That's actually a very smart move. That's why I've never been, scolded in having a monetized channel. I had a monetized channel when I first started doing YouTube full time 6 years ago, before they changed their rules to needing 4,000 public watch hours in the previous 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. Back then it used to be just 10,000 views and you're monetized. Before that, they would let anyone in, right? And I was removed from the YouTube Partner Program because they gave us all 30 days to qualify with the new standards or the new qualifications, or they would temporarily remove us until we requalified. So I didn't get removed for violating guidelines or anything. I got removed because they changed the rules, to all monetized channels. And for those that didn't qualify with the new rules when they changed it, they gave us 30 days to do that. And I actually made it on the last day. But they still demonetized me because YouTube processes things 2 days behind. So that is that. So yeah, go subscribe to Becoming a Better Man. The way you can find that link, because it's probably not searchable for you yet, because it's been around for 10 months, but there hasn't been a lot of traction on it, so you may not be able to find it through search. You can try searching Becoming a Better Man, or go to my community tab here on Coach Eli 2, and I shared the link to the stream I re-uploaded to Becoming a Better Man that I deleted an hour or so after I finished doing it live here on this channel. So go click that link, and then the video will pop up. You can watch it if you like. It was a very good video. Very informative for both men and women. And then you can subscribe, bang the bell, and select the notifications to becoming a better man. Yeah, I've got tons of YouTube channels, folks. I've got content from my networking days on my Elias Melas channel. I've got the Genuine Networking Association GNA channel. I mean, these channels are available, but they're from the past, right? They're from what I used to do during my networking days. I would put out public speaking presentations of people that would speak at my events, or sometimes I'd put out public speaking presentations, when going to other people's events. I got their permission and all, but that's what I would do. So people that I was connected with all over Northern California, if they couldn't make that event because it was too far away, they could watch the presentation. Because people would get the invites and stuff, and they're like, "Oh man, I wish I could be there to see this." Well, I'd see that and I'd be like, "Hey, I'll record it and upload it on YouTube. No problem, right?" And people were grateful and thankful. That's one of the ways that I used to gain trust with people. I would do them this favor, and I enjoy the audio and video stuff, right? And because of that, guess what? Whenever they had a friend that needed insurance, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, business insurance, right? Whatever, right? Guess who they would refer their friend to? To me, right? Sometimes, part of marketing yourself is doing things to help other people in your network of associates or contacts that don't directly involve your business, right? So, yeah, no, I have many other YouTube channels. I even have a YouTube channel called Coach Eli Classics, videos from my former channel. I've re-uploaded every single piece of content I created on my former channel from almost 6 years ago with the original thumbnails. And I have all my content on, I have 4 external hard drives, a 3 terabyte, 5 terabyte, 8 terabyte, and 10 terabyte, right? I got over 20 terabytes of content, folks. I keep everything. And I did that, all that content is actually either private or unlisted. And I re-uploaded it because people were reusing my older content, and I wanted to get it into YouTube's content ID system, so that's why I did that. But yeah, I've got many channels. Who knows when I'll release the next one? Who knows? I bet you if I put a lot of my stuff from my former channel on public, it would get a lot of traction, but I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. Those were some very, very interesting days. Very interesting days. But anyway, that's not what we're here to discuss today. We're going to get to the topic here in just a second. Give me 1 second. Let me reset the chat real quick. All right. So we're back. We're back live. Let's get right to it. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose Live Edition, live from the San Francisco Bay Trail here in Redwood City, California. It's about 80 degrees, 78 degrees or so today. This is episode number 348. Episode number 348. The topic is how to stop feeling emotionally worn out all the time. One more time. The topic is how to stop feeling emotionally worn out all the time. Here's the thing, whether you folks think this topic is a hot topic or not, or a boring topic or not, the truth of the matter is every single person, male or female, has gone through this at one point or another in your lives, or you're constantly going through it. Now, here's the thing that I always talk about. I talk about the biological differences between men and women. respectfully, right? Respectfully, men and women are biologically different. Both men and women have emotions, right? Both men and women have feelings and wants and needs and all that, right? The biological difference between men and women is how we process those emotions, those feelings, wants and needs, and how we react to them, right? Men and women process and react to emotional things differently. Now, I will throw the beta males and feminized men in the same category as women, because there are women that have come out and said, hey, Eli, these men out here nowadays are more emotional than us women. That's because they're beta mons, beta mons, beta mons, beta mons, beta mons, or feminized men. Or were raised by their mother instead of their father, and they were raised with more feminine characteristics than masculine characteristics, right? So I don't blame you ladies for feeling that way, but that's why it's happening, right? We end up calling those people, let's be polite here on the Monetized channel, we call them, female dog boys, right? Female dog boys. That's such a polite way of putting the B-boy, right? I'm really trying to be... I'm really trying to get this Monetized channel start on the right foot here, right? So we process our emotions differently. So in my eyes, when it comes to women and the way that they are emotionally, their emotions are running all day, every day, right? Their emotions are running all day, every day, and women respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment. And what matters to women more than anything is how they feel. That's all that matters to women. That's how they are biologically hardwired to be. All that matters to them is how they feel in the present moment, 24/7, 365. I'll speak millennial lingo. I could say 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days per year. I'll just now say 24/7, 365, and you catch the drift, right? I think all the millennials hate me because I'm so honest. Not all millennials are the same, but about 2/3 of them fit the stereotype and the stigma that myself and many other people talk about. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty windy today. I hope you folks can hear me okay. Whew. Yeah, give me just a second here. This is good resistance for the walk, though, I'll tell you that. It's great resistance for the walk. So, I give women a lot more slack, when they're dealing with emotional stuff, or when, they're reacting or overreacting emotionally. But for men, real strong men are not going to react emotionally the same way as women do. I mean, every now and then it might happen. Sometimes I might shed a tear, yeah, or I'll feel that emotional moment. But for men that, get into that emotional state for the right reasons, we can snap out of it fairly quickly. We don't let most decent men and reasonable men and strong alpha males don't let something emotional drain us and consume us all day, every day. But for women, that's how they process things. Women, when they're dealing with something emotional that affects their emotions, typically when another woman or man is coming at them or treating them wrong, right? Most women get into fight or flight mode as part of their natural biology, right? And here's the thing. Here's the thing that really bugs me more than anything nowadays. And this is what's really, I feel this is affecting women more so than men. but it can affect men too, right? Nowadays, with, thousands of channels on TV, on-demand programming, YouTube, social media, and all of that, right? There are people out there that go out and other people. All right, folks, we're back live. Sorry about that. I got cut off. Let's start over the example again. Well, I've got two guys that are taking up the entire trail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move off to the side here and wait for them to pass. So before I got cut off, I don't know if this part made it out to YouTube. Sometimes it cuts me off a little sooner than I actually see it on the screen. Let's take a scorned woman, okay, for example, okay? And this is not any particular scorned woman. I'm not talking about my woman or any particular woman. I'm just saying, let's take a scorned woman for example purposes that is unhappy deep within, right? Her life isn't going or hasn't gone the way she expected it to go. And she's tried to turn her life around, regarding finding a good man to have a life with or whatever, right? Regarding, finding the right job to make enough money to survive and stuff like that, right? And everything that she does is just, failing her, or the job she's able to get or the men she's able to get, she feels just aren't good enough, and she feels she deserves more than that, right? That's just one example, right? So you have a bunch of scorned women on the internet nowadays because, and women have always been like this, right? I'm just using women for example. There are scorned men too, but this is more so women, right? Right? And when women are unhappy within their lives, they still need to find a way to appease those emotions. They need to find a way to satisfy them, from feeling the negativity they're feeling about themselves. So what they will do is they will go out on the internet and intentionally, without even realizing it sometimes, intentionally insert themselves and attack other women on the internet or other men on the internet or other people on the internet, right? And I've seen this happen so many times. So many times. It's many women doing this. And the reason is because they're just unhappy within themselves. They're completely unhappy within themselves. Give me 1 second. I got a lot of people coming on the trail today. It is Sunday. And here's the thing. Most women, guys, and ladies, you know this, most women are naturally and biologically more intuitive than men. And most women, if not all women, are able to pick up on subtle insecurities about other women and other men. And why is that? Because it goes back to the days of traditionalism where women were dependent on a man for survival before they became liberated and independent, right? Before women were liberated a little over 55 years ago, they had to go and find a man or they would not survive, right? And they had to use that intuition, that instinct to, find not only a man that's attractive and has good genes to reproduce beautiful and healthy babies with, but also a man that was a good man, that was mentally and emotionally stable and strong. He was a physically strong man, but also a well-natured, well-balanced, decent guy. Women would use their intuition, right, and instinct to find the right man for survival, right? That's how women have been biologically made to be by a higher power, I believe, to be God. And most people I know believe in God, but if you don't, I still love you. But yeah, by a higher power believed to be God, that's how women were made, right? And while the modern world is different now, where women are liberated, independent, and they are buying their own stuff and doing their own thing, and they do not need a man necessarily for survival, right? They still have the same instinct and intuition. But what women are doing now, instead of looking to find that good man, right, they give up on that, and they end up using that instinct. They end up using that instinct and intuition to prey on other people's vulnerabilities on the internet, male or female, and then they exploit those vulnerabilities. They get into a conversation with those people, right? And those people initially, what happens is they get love bombed. They get love bombed by these types of women, right? And then what happens, they build trust with those people, and then they end up exploiting these people's weaknesses, and then they flip the script on these people. And why do they do it? Why do they do it? Why do they do that? Because they're unhappy and miserable within themselves. Because, see, any happy person, in this case we're talking about women, any happy woman would not feel the need to tear down other people to make herself feel better. Okay, she would be happy within herself first, and through that happiness she'd be able to attract the type of man she wants. Once she would find that happy man that she has, then she's totally happy. And there's no need to continue, preying on people's vulnerabilities and coming out here on the internet, to, just instigate stuff with people, right? Now, where does this come into play with the topic? It comes into play because someone, women that do this, and some men can do this too, but it's more so women that are able to stir up the pot this way to appease their emotions, have created so much chaos and back and forth with people that it becomes emotionally draining. It becomes extremely emotionally draining. I'm going to give you an example. My lady has been dealing with a ton of emotional drain lately. Now, that's on top of the fact that she's been going through menopause for the last year. She started going through menopause, right? And menopause alone, from what I know, I'm not a woman. I just, my mother went through it decades ago. But now my lady going through it, this is the first woman I've been with that's going through menopause. Now my lady going through it, I really see how it affects her emotions because she's going through a biological change, right? Right? She's going through a change with her hormones and all that, right? So I'm already understanding that, hey, she's going to be a little bit more emotional than normal. So any additional emotion and any additional crap that she has to deal with, stupid crap that other people instigate towards her, such as, some of her lady friends in her real life or people on the internet and stuff, and any negativity like that is going to only make her emotions more out of whack. No disrespect, baby. That's the best way I could think about it, or I could say it, right? And she's gonna get into this fight or flight mode, and it's gonna trigger her so much. It's gonna overload her emotionally that she's just gonna break down. And then what happens after that? She gets emotionally worn out. She gets emotionally worn out, right? Emotional drain. And then what happens? I'm speaking from experience, folks. So you've probably gone through this. You probably think this is a boring topic, but this is why people are drained in the middle of the day. This is why people can have 6 to 8 hours of good quality sleep, wake up for a couple hours, have some coffee that should wake you up even more, yet after 2 hours of being up and having coffee and having 8 hours of great sleep the night before, you feel like going back to sleep. My lady right now is taking a nap in the middle of the afternoon because she's emotionally worn out. One, because of her menopause. Number two, because of things she's been dealing with in her real life with some of her other lady friends that are just doing the stupid shit I've been talking about. And then other people on the internet, coming at her, right? And just talking smack about it, right? And I try to tell her, look, the stuff on the internet is real easy to fix. All right, we're back live. Sorry, we're back live. Got cut off again. So like I was saying, I'm going to share with you folks on the way back how to easily fix this. Because, I used to be in this situation as a man. And when I was younger, and until I learned to become a stronger man and work on my emotional strength and all that, I used to react and overreact to things, even with my friends in my teens, my late teens and early 20s. But by the time I hit my mid to late 20s or by my early 30s, I didn't let these things get to me anymore. I learned to just identify when people were trying to get to me emotionally and, just try to pick a fight or start a fight. I learned that it's just a projection. They're unhappy within themselves, and because I'm in a good mood, they want to kick me down to their level so they can feel better about themselves. And when I started to learn that, I'm like, fuck, I'm not feeding into this shit. It drains me, it wears me down, it makes me tired. Even after getting a good night's sleep, right? I'm not going to let you suck the life out of me or suck the energy out of me. That's how I handled it. I realized that, right? And then in my early 40s, when I started my coaching business I think it was age 42 or almost 43 when I started it. I was like 42 and a half or something like that. Or maybe right at 42 or so. Yeah, I was like a little over 42. Not quite 42 and a half. I came out here on YouTube and I realized that the thick skin I built to be able to avoid, negativity and people getting to me emotionally and getting me to react and get triggered, which wears me down emotionally and drains me, I started to realize that having just regular thick skin like you would have in the real world outside of social media is not good enough. It's not good enough because for the first few years being out here, creating full time, I fed into things. I got triggered. I said some things I didn't mean. I was all over the place. Not all the time, but I did that enough times to the point of where it threw some people off about my character. Right? I allowed a bunch of, creators on the platform here that create hateful content on anyone and everyone possible to suck me into their vortex and get to me emotionally. And it was a game they were playing all along. And partially also it's because they perceive me to be better than them. That's the truth of the matter. That's why even people that create drama content that's fake and instigated, right? And they're doing it just to entertain their audience, nothing more. The truth of the matter is, to a certain extent, they do it because they're unhappy with themselves. So they got to go out there and kick other people down that they perceive to be better than them so they can feel better. It's really, really freaking pathetic. I've said this many times. I'll say it again, over and over again, until people understand this, right? It's all projection. Somebody's coming, so I'm going to move off to the side here. keep on rolling. Take this moment real quick before I continue. Folks, please like, share, subscribe, and bang the bell, select the notifications. Share it on your community tabs. Channels with over 500 subscribers have a community tab. Share it out there. Share it on social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Reddit, all good places to post things. If you have communities there of people that you know would receive value from what I talk about out here, and my lady talks about along with me when she's doing shows with me, please make them aware. We want to help as many people as possible. Just taking a moment to breathe in the fresh air, folks. That lady is back on the observation deck there. I just want to pull off to the side when she comes back. I don't want to interrupt her day. So let's talk about how to turn around being emotionally drained all the time. So you're not feeling like you want to sleep your day away. Like my lady feels that way today. You know, we got good sleep last night. And because, I mean, she's experiencing things that primarily probably has to do with her menopause, but it doesn't help when, you know, she's got some friends that are projecting onto her, and then there are some people on the internet that are projecting onto her, and you know, it's just, it takes a toll on her emotionally. She's a lady. What do you expect? This shit used to take a toll on me, and I'm a strong man. I used to let this shit get to me, right? It would drain me. And I just decided all of a sudden one day, cold turkey, I'm just not going to let anyone suck me in to their emotional BS. I'm not going to let people just keep me on an emotional roller coaster. And, you know, when that happens out here on YouTube, it's not even the fact that people will make content out of you flipping your lid, you know, getting triggered and stuff. It's the fact that you're exuding all this energy, getting triggered at someone that's just trying to do it on purpose, or it's part of them projecting their insecurities onto you because they wish they could be like you, right? It's the fact that it really just drains you. It sucks the life out of you, and then you feel like not doing shit for the rest of the day. You just want to sleep the rest of the day. I'm sure many of you have had that feeling. The reason why you feel that way, again, like I mentioned earlier, especially after getting 8 hours of sleep, waking up, having some coffee, and then 2 hours after your coffee, you feel like you are more tired than you were the night before, and then you sleep the rest of the day away, right? The reason why you feel that way is because you're allowing other people to suck the life out of you. You're allowing other people's insecurities, you know, you're allowing other people's bullshit and drama and stupidity to drain you because you're letting these people suck you into their vortex. In essence, you're being the fuel. You're basically letting these people suck the fuel out of you because they need fuel because they know their life sucks and they feel that their life is horrible and they just don't love themselves. So these people that don't love themselves, that are trying to suck you into their vortex, right? Let's take them as individuals. They're running low on fuel, so they got to go out there now and try to instigate reactions from other people they perceive to be better than them. And then if you engage with these people and go back and forth and start to fight with them, especially if it's two women, right? In essence, they're going to suck the life or the fuel out of you and take your fuel, and now they're feeling better because they got to you, and you're feeling worse because you let them get to you, right? All you have to do, whether you're a man or a woman, if you have any particular person or people try to knock you down, try to talk shit about you, try to instigate stuff, whether it's in person, in real life, or on the internet, is just ignore that shit. Don't feed into it. The moment you feed into it is the moment you're giving them some of your fuel. And if you keep going, you're going to give them all of your fuel. Then they're going to feel good. Then you're going to feel like sleeping the rest of the day because you're going to be emotionally worn the fuck out. That's the truth of the matter. And again, you don't have to sit here and believe a word I say. You don't have to believe a word I say. Ask yourself, have you experienced what I'm talking about? I know every single human being, man or woman, has experienced emotional drain at one point or another. And most of you don't even realize why it's happening. Most of you don't realize why it's happening. You're like, man, I'm tired. I don't feel like doing shit. I got great sleep last night. I've had coffee, right? But now, 2 hours later, I feel like crap. I don't want to do anything, right? It's because you've allowed other people that perceive you to be better than them to suck the life out of you because they wish they could be you. That's the bottom line. That's all it boils down to. Now, you can't change these people. You know, I have a big heart and soul, and so does my lady. We've tried to help these types of people before, but you can't. They're helpless. You can't help anyone until they're willing to help themselves. Like I've said before, I'll say it again. People have to be willing to participate in their own rescue before you can help them, or before anyone can help them, or before they can even help themselves. They gotta be open to making the change within themselves first, right? I think that woman's coming back now. She'll probably catch up to me at some point. Emotional drain can also cause panic attacks. I mean, I'll tell you this, you know, in my life, online and offline, throughout my decades of life, I've had panic attacks because people have pushed me to my outer limits, and I've let them do that. Don't let people push you to your outer limits. They're trying to push you to your outer limits because it will make them feel better when they see a person they perceive to be where they want to be. When they see that person flip the fuck out, it makes them feel more valuable. If you let these people allow you to flip the fuck out and you lose your shit, right? And they see that, in essence, you just gave them all your fuel. They sucked your fuel dry. They siphoned your gas tank. You know, back in the days before, you know, cars had locking gas tanks and, you know, anyone could open up anyone's gas tank. People would siphon gas, especially during the gas crisis days, right? What was that, back in the 70s and 80s, right? The gas shortage, right? People would siphon gas, right? If you're a good person, don't let mentally and emotionally unstable people siphon your gas tank. You can be nice to these people, right? And you can talk with them. You're not going to know how somebody is until you engage them and talk with them at least one time. But if you connect with someone or meet someone and you're talking and you realize that, they're not in the best mental and emotional state, you can choose to walk away. And if they continue to try to attack you or harass you online or offline or whatever, right? Just ignore them. Ignore them, and eventually they're just going to go away, right? And out here on YouTube, people might continue talking shit about you for the longest time, right? Just keep ignoring that. Don't let it suck the life out of you. Just keep moving forward, right? Because here's the truth of the matter. Here's the truth of the matter. Every person has their breaking point. And even people that continue to attack you, harass you, right? Try to kick you down, try to suck the life out of you, try to suck the energy or the fuel out of you, right? Some of those people can maintain coming at you in that way for quite some time, maybe years, right? But at some point, they're going to run out of gas. Trust me. At some point, everyone runs out of gas. Everything has an ending, right? Everything fizzles out. As human beings, okay, there's only so much we can handle of one thing, the same thing over and over again, before it gets to be way too much, and it just fizzles itself out. It just goes away. It is pretty windy. Right now I'm feeling the wind on my back. Sorry about that. Kind of just threw me off for a second. Just a second here, folks. Folks, you're in control of how you show up. You're in control of your own destiny, of your own journey. And again, I understand it's a little more difficult for women to not react because women are biologically hardwired to respond to everything emotionally based on how they're feeling in the present moment. You ladies, this is the way that God made you to be. But nowadays, in the world where you're liberated, in a world of social media, the less you react, the better it is. The more you react, you're fueling the drama. You're giving your energy away to other drama W's, let's say that, drama W's, right? Drama women, right? And then they're sucking the energy out of you, right? And they're taking your energy, right? I think I just said that in a couple different ways, right? And then you have pathetic, weak men on social media that exploit women's vulnerabilities. And I'm saying this in general. I'm not talking about one particular man or a few particular men. I'm saying this in general. There are many men that exploit women's vulnerabilities because they know women are going to respond to everything because they're emotional beings that respond to everything emotionally first, always based on how they're feeling in the present moment. And men that exploit that and make content out of that are pretty pathetic men. They are. They're really fucking pathetic men. And any women that support people like that are just saying, hey, it's okay for these guys to exploit the vulnerabilities of women. You know, I've heard so much BS. I've had so many people over my last 5-6 years of doing this coaching thing and just being an honest and upfront person and being raw and real. I've had so many people try to project at me. I've had so many people try to coach me. And I don't have a problem with people trying to coach me, as long as I know you're being genuine and you're not projecting onto me because you wish you could be me or be with me, right? That's what it is. That's what a lot of people, like, when they see someone like me. And again, I'm trying to be as humble as possible. There's no other way to say this, though. But men and women that either wish could be like me or be with a guy like me, they will project. So when they hear what I have to say, which is very truthful, raw, straightforward, and real, they try to come up like they're giving me actual advice, right? When the truth of the matter is, all they're doing is projecting. That's all they're doing is projecting, right? And, you know, you're going to encounter people like that, folks. You're going to encounter people like that in your life that are going to approach you, and they're going to try to come off like they genuinely care about your best interest. But the truth of the matter is, all they're trying to do is, you know, destroy you. All they're trying to do is take you down a notch, right? They're trying to kick you down a notch because they perceive you to be successful or on your way to success or better than them, right? I've never been the type of person that has ever tried to exploit anyone's vulnerabilities for my own personal gain, whether it be monetarily or sex or something like that, right? There are guys out there that will manipulate women and exploit their vulnerabilities to try to get laid for the night, right? Do I think that's right? No. Do most guys do that? Yeah. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right to exploit people at all. But exploiting people has become a much more common, I should probably do a video on that or stream on that. Exploiting people has become much more common due to social media and the attention seekers on social media that want to exploit your life so they can feel better about themselves and build an audience of people that are going to watch them talk shit about other people, right? And it's one thing to talk about people and talk about the truth about what's going on, but the majority of people that do this kind of thing on the internet, right? They basically make a lot of shit up. They amp things up because they get hooked on the attention they've initially gotten, and in order to keep those people around, they have to keep on amping it up, making shit up, right? And it's just, honestly, it's just really, really stupid and pathetic. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy, especially emotionally draining energy. When social media was created, probably a little over 20 years ago is when it really first started. MySpace was out and this and that. And Facebook is actually where MySpace should have been. MySpace just didn't make the changes, quickly enough. MySpace should have been what Facebook is today. But yeah, when social media first came out, back in those days, it was never thought to be something it is today. Beautiful. Yeah, social media was never created for it to be what it is today. Social media was created as a place to share about your life experiences and vacations you go to and fun times you have with your friends. But all social media has become is one big drama bitch fest of people talking shit about each other. And that's hit YouTube as well, right? And that's why I do what I do here. And some people are saying, Eli, if you throw a little drama into your coaching, you get a lot more traction. Well, I'm not interested in throwing any drama into my coaching because I live a drama-free life, and this is a drama-free zone. You see, some people have told me that recently, and I'm thinking to myself, that's just a fucking pathetic attempt to suck me back into drama, right? You have to learn to identify that, folks. Sometimes people, are going to try to manipulate you. They're going to try to come off very, what's the best way to put it? They're going to try to come off very well versed and professional, right? But you got to listen very, very closely to what these people are saying. And you have to also understand what the underlying meaning of what they're saying actually means, right? And when you learn to get as good at it as I do, you're not going to allow people that approach you like that to suck you into their vortex of, emotionally draining, drama and bullshit. It's just the truth of the matter, right? That woman is still behind me. She's gained some ground because I've stopped. But if I pick it up a notch, I can get off the trail. My goal is to see if I can beat her off the trail. I still have a little bit of sciatica. It's just been lingering. It's a lot better than it was a year ago or 2 years ago when I first got it. So it's a challenge for me to see, if I can beat people off the trail that I saw walking on the other side. And it tells me how far ahead I am in this in the healing process of the sciatica. We are at 64 minutes, an hour and 4 minutes. This is probably going to be the fastest I've done this trail in quite some time. So 3.5 miles. We're just a little over an hour. I typically will do about 20-minute miles walking when my body's 100%. I'm like about 95% right now with this sciatica. So, I'm not as broken as I used to be, figuratively speaking, or maybe literally too. But I'm not 100%, but I'm getting there. And these walks certainly help. They help a lot. Got some people coming. Some older ladies coming on the trail right now. Yeah. But they were looking at me back there. I don't know if they're gonna turn around. There's an older lady, like in her 80s. An older lady, like in her 80s, probably mid to late 80s. I mean, she looked older. I thought they were gonna turn around, but they're not. Okay. I'd love to see an 80-plus-year-old woman do this 3.5-mile walk. That's healthy as hell, even for, a senior citizen. I'm gonna do my best to be in the best shape possible and look as good as possible, just like Hugh Hefner did. So I'm gonna be 80 years old. I'll still be walking this damn trail, doing Walking with Purpose, probably episode 6,000 by that point. Or 10,000 or whatever, right? Hi, and welcome to Walking with Purpose with Coach Eli. This is episode number 10,001. And I'm going to have nothing to talk about because all the people that have been coming at me for years will have died young because they don't take care of themselves. I'm the last survivor of this YouTube thing. YouTubes. Yeah. Man, using that voice really, really isn't good when you're on the trail and you got no water with you. I really need to start carrying water. My woman bought me this nice new backpack a few months ago where I can fill up the bag with water, and I can have tubes right underneath my face and just drink water when I need to. It's an extra step getting ready, and I just haven't gotten in the habit of doing it. And there's just so much going on. But I mean, I could typically do this 3.5-mile trail without any water, as long as it's not like over 100 degrees. But yeah, when I get in the car, then yeah, I'm drinking like a fish. Yeah, that woman is way back there. I guess I'm getting back to normal here. Folks, I want to take this time once again to make you aware that these chats here for the Walking with Purpose live streams are members only chats. And you can chat here for just a measly $2.99 per month. And quite frankly, I only get 70% of that because YouTube and Google get 30% of all membership packages, super chats, super stickers, etc. And super thanks as well. So, literally, what is 10%? So 30% is about 90 cents. I get $2.10 out of that. It's not even about the money. It's just about, trying to get people here that truly value this message, that truly want no drama in their lives, that are truly looking to leave the past behind and move forward and create greatness, right? So consider for $2.99 per month to purchase a channel membership. I would suggest going for the $4.99 one, because then you'll get, members only live streams and other members only content such as pre-recorded videos, which I'll do occasionally here on this channel as well. But at the very least, for the time being, get the $2.99 package. And that way you can chat here and you can actually show that, hey, Eli, I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to become a better person. I want to become a better person. That's what I want to do here, folks. I want to continue building a positive community and try to turn this world around into a more positive place, and even turn YouTube around to a more positive place, and the internet a more positive place. I want to be your advocate for health, happiness, and success. I want to be your motivator. I want to share and continue to share my stories with you folks of the trials and tribulations I've been through with my health, with my weight, with my, every aspect in life, business, personal, etc. I want you folks to know, that, hey, what you've been through or what you're going through, it's okay. Maybe it's not where you want to be, but you don't have to be stuck there. I can help you get unstuck. It's a bit windy over here on this part today. So consider getting the $2.99 membership, or my suggestion would be get the $4.99 membership on both channels, this channel and my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. You get the $4.99 package where you'll get everything on both channels. It's $10 per month. And at the very least, you're helping support a good cause. This is a good cause, folks. And the only reason why I'm not getting supporters to buy my membership packages yet is because my content is being primarily consumed by people that don't believe in this good cause or good causes in general. But it's going to get there. It's going to get there, trust me. No matter what it takes. It's going to get there. And I'm going to continue to talk about this each and every day. It may take another month or 6 months or a year for one person to buy the $2.99 package. But if that's what it takes, I'm going to keep moving forward and keep talking about it every single day. And that's what I teach you folks to do. Never give up on your dreams, your goals, your passions, your aspirations. Never give up no matter what. Don't let anything be a roadblock in the way of your success. I've got lots of people throwing roadblocks my way, right? I've had lots of people try to manipulate me, to try to throw me off my game. I've ignored 100% of it. I used to not do that. I used to feed into it. Some dude right there was parked blocking the entrance. There are 3 cars waiting to get into the apartment complex. I don't know, maybe that guy thought he hit him or something. I don't know. I didn't see anyone hit anybody, and I was looking. Keep pushing forward, folks, each and every day. Don't let people suck your emotional energy, your time. Ignore people. Ignore anyone. My golden advice before I wrap this up to anyone, man or woman or male or female, that is dealing with people that are energy sucks and time sucks, people that just try to crawl under your skin and try to instigate a reaction from you, whether it's online or offline. Ignore these people. Of course, again, you're not going to know that about someone until you engage, But after, hanging out with one person or talking with one person one time, you should have a good idea of who they are. But also be careful, because some people will love bomb you and get you to put your guard down, and then they'll go in for the kill. Just because somebody's nice to you doesn't mean that they can't flip on a dime, and they typically do. People that are like the people I talked about in the stream earlier today, they will love bomb you to give you a false sense of trust, wrap you into their vortex, and then flip it on you. And then once you're engaged and emotionally attached, that's when they start to talk shit about you. That's when they start to instigate stuff. They start projecting onto you. And folks, this doesn't only just happen out here on YouTube. It happens in the real world. It's happened in the real world. It happens on YouTube. It happens on other social media platforms. You need to avoid it at all costs. You need to recognize it, learn to identify it and recognize it, and avoid it at all costs. Because if not, it's going to suck all of your emotional energy dry. And you're going to spend all day being unproductive and sleeping on your couch, even if you got 8 hours of sleep the night before. I'm going to shut this down for a second, reset the chat, come back, check the chat one more time, and wrap this baby up. Be right back. All right, folks, with that being said, have yourselves a great day. We're back. Have yourselves a great day. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.